COVID-19 has brought change and uncertainty for everybody, but perhaps even more so for families like ours who have a loved one who has a learning disability and/or who is autistic. Respond have brought together some tips from families and from therapists about how you can help yourself with any feelings of anxiety you may be experiencing at this difficult time.
Lockdown and restrictions have changed everybody's life. Being isolating, losing their routine, not being able to socialize or be close to the people we love. There are many things that we can do that can help us to manage and cope better with this new way of living. Number one, build a new routine. We'd lost the old one. We all lost our old routine, so make a new one. It's very important that you try and maintain a daily routine at home and outside home. For example, try to find a physical exercise that you can do at home, like online classes or YouTube videos. And outside the house, maybe a daily walk in your neighborhood. Try to be outdoors as much as you can, following the safety guidelines, because this will help with the feeling of being trapped. Make sure you include in your routine spaces to relax and have time for self-care. That is, doing things that make you feel good.
So even at the best of times, life isn't straightforward, but during COVID-19 it was really challenging to keep everything spinning, as it were, and manage work, life, looking after the family, caring responsibilities. And I found it really challenging to make sure that I had a moment in the day that was just me disconnecting from everything. And that's why I felt really fortunate that I had a dog. I could go out for a daily walk with my dog and I could look at the trees and feel grounded in nature, and it really helped me to keep on keeping on.
I was so anxious. I had seen my daughter in her hospital setting every weekend for 4 years, and to find myself unable to do that was horrific. The things that helped me cope with that was throwing myself into activities. We took on an allotment. Never done it before. It's been amazing, spending hours just creating things, growing, sorting out compost heaps, painting sheds. That's been my go-to, along with fishing. I'm a very keen fisherman, and just being outside in nature. So it's a very social distance activity. I can still talk to friends who are 10 metres down the riverbank.
It's a very good time to be creative. And by creative, I mean rethink the way we want to do things. So what changes we want to do in our house, in our lives, what activities we want to focus on. So let yourself be drawn into this creative space.
To distract my own self, because I was trying to do everything for my boys, but at the same time, myself, I was getting really anxious. And so it was that thing of not having anyone to talk to either, no adults to talk to. Then I decided, okay, let's do something else for me. I started doing, I did 500 masks and distributed around. That kept me busy. It was something for maybe an hour, 2 hours every day that I would do to have that moment just for me while Josh would be upstairs watching TV or on the iPad.
Reach out, continue to socialize. For example, have video calls, phone chats, or social distance meetups. We need to support others and be supported by others. So just keep connecting with other people.
I found it quite overwhelming not being able to visit my son during the COVID pandemic. He was in residential college. Things that helped me were speaking to my son on the telephone. I was sent photos and videos of my son via an app called Seesaw. That really helped me. Sending my son things in the post. I helped develop an online tool for families who are struggling to visit loved ones during the pandemic.
My tip to others would be to reach out for support if you need it. It's really a sign of strength. It's not a sign of weakness. So reach out for the help if you need it. There were local support groups to help with things like shopping and picking up prescriptions. I had some help from Carers Trust and Mind. I knew that if I needed support with my anxiety, I could contact my local NHS talking therapy service, which I've used before. During lockdown, our close neighbours offered to help us as well with support if we needed anything. And it also invited us to a very carefully organised barbecue when restrictions were starting to ease. It really gave us a sense of belonging, which helped so much.
We hope that you have found these tips helpful. If you need a safe space to speak with others who are going through what you are, or if you need independent support and advice, these organisations can help.